Welcome back, folks, as the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues here on the Big Talker. It's 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com. So if you're just joining us, I just gave you guys an update on what's happening in the market. And just a quick recap on that. It's slow right now. You know, if anything is going to feel slow if you're comparing it to driving 100 miles an hour. And that has become your rate of speed that you're used to. Really what's happened is we've returned to I wouldn't even say a normal market. I would say a slower than normal market. But a lot of agents are really feeling how slow it is right now. So I think you're going to see a lot of agents that get out of the business at the end of this year when licenses are set to renew at the end of the year. I think you're going to see even more agents get out of the business next year. And so for the people that stay and figure out a way to really add value to their clients, rather than just being a transaction coordinator, which is what a lot of agents were, let's be honest, during COVID. It's the demand was there. It really wasn't a matter of, hey, let me use my expertise to get you the best deal possible. A lot of agents were just, hey, how much are you willing to pay to own this house? Okay, I'll write up the offer. I mean, let's just call it like it is. That's what a lot of agents were doing. That's what a lot of agents are used to. Now they're having to realize and play in an arena where they need specific skill sets that they didn't have to develop when the market was really, really strong. So choose your agent wisely, I guess is the advice there. And we've talked a lot on this program about how to interview agents. First of all, please interview agents. It's so important because we're such a instant gratification society. The first person that we talk to that has a lick of sense and a heartbeat is who we're going to work with based on convenience, right? We're talking about big amounts of money here. We're talking very important transactions where thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars can be won or lost depending upon who you hire. And I firmly believe that, and I know it because I see it all the time. So very important that you interview your agent, ask tough questions, make sure that they're the right agent for you. Make sure you have a backup plan and an exit strategy if the agent that you ultimately decide to hire is all talk and they're not doing what they said they were going to do, or they're not getting you the results that they, quote unquote, promised you. Okay? If you want a list of questions that you can ask a real estate agent so that you feel fully prepared and feel protected, then do me a favor. Text the word questions to 843-800-0065. Text the word questions to 843-800-0065. And then I'll shoot a text back to you asking for your email address. And then I'll send you that list of questions that you can use to interview an agent. I'll just give you the cheat sheet. And if the agent that you're interviewing is uncomfortable answering those questions, or they can't answer them to your satisfaction, then that should be your answer that you need to keep looking. So I want to finish this conversation on new construction. There are a bunch of reasons why it makes sense for you to have your own agent when you go to these communities. Now, some of these communities and some of these builders have gotten pretty strict and pretty stingy on working with agents that are not already part of their company, right? Every new construction community you go to, they have a model home. They have an agent inside that model home. If you go to one of these new construction communities and you have that agent walk you around, and then after the fact, you decide that you want to bring in an agent because you want your own representation, there's some builders out there that will not let that agent participate in the sale because their thought is, well, hey, we were the procuring cause of the sale. Why would we now involve another agent? So just word to the wise, if you're thinking about touring a new construction community, do yourself a favor and have a discussion with a real estate agent first, and then register that agent as your agent at that new construction community. Even if you don't, you can change your agent, but just put the site agent on notice that you have your own representation. Again, important because that agent at that new construction community represents the builder in their best interests. So there's the first tip. A big benefit, by the way, to having your own agent is that, and I'm going to assume you need to sell your home first before you buy a new construction home. Well, at least on our team, I can't speak for all agents out there, but on our team, if you work with us to sell your home and then buy another, we'll pay for your moving expenses or we'll finagle the commission. But either way, we want to help you save money because we understand we're about to earn two commissions, the sale commission and the purchase commission. We want to give some of that back to you as a way of saying thank you for doing business with us. So I think that's an important thing to take into consideration. That just alone can save you thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, depending upon what we're looking at. The third thing I want to mention is this. We have insight into the process that unless you have built your own home before, you don't have. Perfect example is when it comes time to inspect the new construction home. The vast majority of buyers are of the opinion or of the assumption that they don't need to do a home inspection because it's a brand new home, right? It's brand new. What could possibly need to be fixed? I'm here to tell you that in all of the new construction deals we've done, which are numerous, dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens, every single time we have found something on the inspection report that builder needs to fix. There has literally never been a time when a buyer was purchasing a new construction home where the inspector didn't find something that needed to be addressed. So don't think it's a waste of money. It's not. It's an opportunity for you to really get what you're paying for and to hold the builder accountable to what they should be doing when building that home. Because once that home is closed up, drywall's in, you're not going to see some of the things that inspector will find when you do like an inspection after framing or once electrical and mechanicals are in and plumbing is in. It's really important that you take that extra step. And so there's another word to the wise. Another thing that I'll tell you is this, and this is something that I think people learn the hard way, and I hate to say it that way, but it's just true. Sometimes the builders don't play as nicely as you would like for them to play. And what I mean by that is they will make mistakes. Or like, I'll give you a perfect example. We were walking through a new construction home, and this was probably a year or so ago. And there were several cosmetic-based issues that sometimes the buyer noticed and sometimes I noticed that needed to be addressed. Like one example was the window that they installed was in the master bathroom was like off center and in the wrong spot. They didn't catch it. I caught it and I said, well, let's look at the plans. Where is this window supposed to be? And they're like, oh yeah, they installed it, 3 feet to the left or whatever. It looked weird. It looked off. Or you'll have like lighting that's not centered on vanities, or you'll have tile that just wasn't done well. Sometimes, and this is the point that I'm trying to make here, sometimes it's nice to have someone on your side that can be the bad guy. You as the buyer are about to move into this new construction community. The last thing you want is to basically be labeled as a jerk, as a tough person to deal with. Let us do that. Let us be the punching bag. Let us be the bearer of bad news. Let us be the person that puts their foot to the ground on your behalf so that we can get those things addressed. Now, there are plenty of great builders out there, plenty of site agents that are generally very helpful, very communicative, and do a great job. But I guess the point is, why take the chance? It's literally costing you nothing to have your own representation. And in fact, just like I mentioned, if you're selling a home, especially locally, and then buying another one here locally, there's savings in the form of commission discounts or moving incentives. We want to help you make this a more financially rewarding set of transactions for you. But if you're just hiring a regular agent to sell your home and then they are not participating in the purchase of the new construction home, then you're going to be less likely to receive discounts. So something to take into consideration. I mean, really, and that's, I don't think you're going to hear other people giving you that kind of advice. Use the system to your advantage. Agents are hungry right now. Transaction count has fallen way off. We're down 30% from last year. And last year wasn't a fantastic year, especially in comparison to 2021. So you have agents out there that are willing to grease the wheels a little bit to make it more financially rewarding for you. And we have all different kinds of incentives. It just depends on your situation and what makes the most sense. Obviously, we want to maximize the savings or earnings, depending upon how you want to look at it. But there are some great opportunities out there to partner with an extremely knowledgeable, experienced, agent with a big marketing budget that can help you sell your home for more money than other agents could, because I firmly believe that, and I know it because we do it. And then save you money when you go and you buy something else. And I think the last thing I'll say is this. A lot of people, even agents, are under the assumption that you can't negotiate with builders. That is not true. You just have to know how to do it. So if you'd like some more information on this, if you're thinking of building a new home or you're thinking of just transacting in general, give us a call. Learn more about our incentives. Learn more about the ways in which we are helping people right now. Not just in the traditional sense either. And that's what I'm going to talk about when we come back, is we have all these creative solutions that help people save money, get lower interest rates. I mean, there's a lot that we can do that's beyond the scope of just a traditional agent that is going to do a traditional transaction for you. So more on that when we return. This is the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show right here on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com. And remember, if you want to reach out to me, you've got some questions, you're thinking of transacting in real estate, you want to buy, sell, invest, maybe you have a home you'd like for us to manage on your behalf, then feel free to give me a call, 843-800-0065. That's 843-800-0065. Or go to listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. Or send me an email, brian@brianbeattyteam.com. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
Visit Brian Beatty's website at listingsincharleston.com. The Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues next on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA.